forgot to add myself to the stage. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, how did I get so far behind on this 100-day project? I thought I only had like 2 or 3 days to do, and I actually have 7. Where has the week gone? Oh my goodness. But I have this massive pile of scraps going from because of the collaging that I've been doing, just trying to keep my brain occupied amongst the chaos that is going on inside there right now. It's just, it is what it is. It's how things roll for me. It's cyclical. It's a pattern. So yeah, just have to write it out. Just seems to be this month seems to be a little extra. I'm a little more disorganized. I'm a little more distracted. I'm just a little more of everything right now. Found my card. Shall we take some bets on how quickly I lose it again? Seem to lose it in every single video. And then I find it mixed in the pile of stuff. So I'm going to start out first just by going through and with stuff that's in my pile of scraps over here. I'm just going to start covering some stuff. I do have this, but I think it's way too tall for this. So it was also in my scraps. You know what I can do? Let's do this. And then take some book page. Let's see. Pallbearers and funerals. Let's do this one. This paper is so fragile. It was a very old book. When I did finally, the book was falling apart when I bought it. It's part of what I do is, the books that are heading, off into the dumpster because secondhand stores can't sell them because they're falling apart. They come home and they go into my stash. This particular book, the cover was like taped together. It was barely holding together. And it was missing a bunch of the front pages. So I couldn't immediately look to see how old it was. So I had to Google it. And when I did, I found out that the book was from 1918 or something like that. I can't even remember now, but it was very old. I was like, oh, that explains why the pages are so brittle. But I love it. I love the caramelized color on the edges. It's just a beautiful book. It was called Little Joe, Beautiful Joe. There it is. Where's the name of the book? The title of this chapter was Mr. Wood and His Horses, but the book is called Beautiful Joe. It's got beautiful pages in it. So yes, I just have this random stack. Like I said, if you've been watching my other videos, you'll know that I've been doing a bunch of collaging. And that's just about, like I said, trying to keep my mind busy and not focused on the negative stuff right now. Well, when I get into a rut like this, I tend to really struggle in crafting. Like the ideas don't come to me, and I just kind of flounder. So that's when the collaging comes in, because I don't have to really think about stuff. I can just, tear, stick, glue, tear, glue, stick, tear, glue, stick, and I don't have to think about it. And, for the most part, I don't have to worry about designing anything. But, it at the same time kind of gets my brain into a non-toxic headspace. Like, I won't even say it into a healthy headspace, because I wouldn't call it that. It's just not an unhealthy one. So I'm not even thinking about what I'm doing with these yet. I'm just covering, and then I'll go back and figure it out from there. Like, I haven't determined or decided yet what's going to be tags, what's going to be pockets. Especially these ones that I'm just covering in solid paper. I can decide in a minute once I get these all covered, and then that paper is very thin. That was packing paper. And in fact, because this is so thin, I'm going to go ahead and cover this back. If I decide to use it as a tag, no big deal. If I decide to use it as a pocket, still not a big deal, because it's nice and thin. So it's not going to really create a bunch of bulk. It just gives a writing surface there. So it is Monday. I will be filming this on Monday to be uploaded on Tuesday. Check out my community tab. There may be updates by the time this airs tomorrow. I don't know. But we currently have an active Amber Alert out. We have an ex-police officer that committed a double murder today. He murdered his girlfriend, who happens to be a minor. And his ex-wife. And he is currently on the run with his 1-year-old child. Now I don't see this ending well. He's an ex-police officer. B, he is currently facing charges of child R. For assaulting his girlfriend's friend. The girlfriend walked in on him, and he murdered her today, along with his ex-wife, and he murdered the ex-wife at school, right at dismissal, when all the kids were out. So yeah, there's a lot of traumatized children in my community right now, courtesy of this person. Just kind of adding a little something to this one. That way. Or do I want to add it to this one? Or this one? I think I like it on the weight. Fix that a little bit. If you are seeing this Tuesday morning or thereafter, please check back on my community tab, because that's where I will be putting any updates, like on sightings or his capture, anything like that. They suspect that he is running to Mexico. And, everything just happened today in West Richland, Washington. So at 3:23. So it is now currently 11, just after 11. So, 7 hours, he could be almost to California by now. We're just entering. Hopefully, since there's an active Amber Alert out, with his pictures of his car, pictures of the child. Hopefully, if he does try to cross the state border anywhere, they'll catch it and catch him. But we shall see. This is checking Gail's video for tonight just dropped, and she's doing master boards. It's funny, my husband came in earlier, to say goodnight, And I was wiping down my table here, and he's like, "Did you spill?" And I'm like, "No, just cleaning up my glue mess." I don't know what it says that, I'm cleaning, and he automatically assumes I spilled something. Does that mean, like, because he knows me well? Oh, I've got my tax paperwork all mixed in with my scraps. I put those up there with my bills. And then, let's see. This is the paper I've been using to make samples for taking pictures for items on my Etsy. And again, if you haven't checked out my Etsy shop, please do so. The link is now in my channel description box. I said it's brand new, so I only have 10 listings on there right now, and we'll see when I decide to add more on there. So that because my Sizzix is manual, I'm doing those cutting by hand. It's not on a Cricut. It's not on an electric machine. It's all hand cranked. I definitely want to make sure that it's worth the effort that I'm putting in to to cut out before I cut out more stuff. Because if it's not going to sell and nobody in the crafting world is really interested in, having the cutout packets, then, I've wasted a bunch of time and a bunch of resources for them to all just kind of like sit here and stare at me. So the other half of that page that I tore. I got Roxy Creations on my Roku, watching her Medieval Mirage from today. I feel like I'm in like a time warp because it's like, how is it? It's almost Tuesday. And I barely remember today being Monday. Oh, sorry. That sneeze kind of came out of nowhere. I'm glad I was able to get to the mute button before it hit. Let's see. I do have this blue that I can tear down. Let's go this way. And this is the writing on this is light enough that as writing it's directional, but you can't really tell that it's directional because the writing is so small. Now, it may look like, I'm now determining whether this is going to be a tag or a pocket. It's not necessarily true because the tag could go this way, the pocket could that way. I haven't really grounded it yet into one or the other. And I'm just kind of building some bases. Okay, so that one, so I got these two left. I like the blue with the yellow. No. Right, Flynn. That's some book page. I'll put book page on both of these. So again, it becomes directional, but it's going on sideways. So it's not really directional regardless, right? There is no up or down if it's going on sideways, I guess was what I was trying to say there. Yeah, so with that shooter, the schools went on lockdown today, because it happened on school grounds. Not sure what's going to happen with him still being at large. Granted, they firmly believe that he is headed to Mexico, which tells me they probably know he's probably got family down there that they're aware of. But excuse me. Yeah. I don't know if they're going to be able to safely open schools while he's still at large, because his home is in that community, right there by the school. So until they catch him, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what goes down. So I'm going to do this last gluing, and then I'm going to seal this page up. It's getting quite sticky. I'm going to go this way. For no reason. As I said, it's going sideways, so there's really no up or no down yet. Something I ate with my dinner has triggered the histamine response. So hence the tickle in my throat, the coughing, the nasal congestion, all the funness. So, and again, you can see still have a ton of glue pages, and every time I work on a project, I add to it. This is a never-ending stockpile. And I know I watch other creators that keep their glue pages, and they say the same thing. It's like every time, break into a project, and it's like for every one, every 10 pages you finish or 10 projects you finish, you've created at least one more glue page. It's like a never-ending battle. So I do still have my envelopes sitting out here on my desk. I haven't put them away yet. These height ways. Maybe. This is Tina Shabby Debbie Doodah. These is her street names, I believe is what she called it. Suddenly I need to go potty. So I will be right back. How much to the house? I'm back. My dog is looking at me like, are we sleeping tonight? What's the plan? Look back and be like, as if there's ever a plan. As if. I will say things are a lot easier to cut when they're on heavier paper. Cutting stuff out of copy paper sometimes is a challenge. Now, normally I would just do a willy-nilly crazy cut on this just to get it out. But she went through all this effort to color this background. So if there's salvageable in there, I want to try to salvage it so that I can use those on like collages and stuff. And while I'm cutting these out, I'm thinking, what do I want? What do I want for a focal point on this? I'm having to stray away a little bit from my, when I first started this, it was about cleaning up what was on my desk and within arm's reach. So if I had to get up out of my chair in order to grab a supply, then I was not going to use it on this project. But I am finding that, unfortunately, I'm not able to do that so much anymore because I'm running out of supplies on my desk. I need to blow my nose. Give me just a second. Okay. I got a case of the sneezes when I got up and went to the bathroom. And, when you have sinus issues, you kind of know most people understand what that then means. If you've been stuffed up for a while and suddenly start sneezing, the aftermath that follows. Let's see. I don't know if any of these. I'm going to start with the birds. We're going to see the flowers that I have printed out. I mean, I have little ones, little images. I just don't know if any of the birds are going to be that I have cut out already are going to be tall and skinny enough. Still need to cut all these out. My big birds. I'll show you my solution. This was my solution to the mom journaling card where the cardinal got glue on it. Everything I tried, nothing it wouldn't cover, nothing would cover it. I try, like auditioned, as Rachel puts it, different things to just kind of put over it, and nothing looked right. And so I'm like, honestly, so I let her, and yay, the glue didn't hold it very well, so it just peeled right off. I just put a different bird on there. Problem solved. I don't think flamingo would be tall enough. I would end up cutting off a little bit of the tail. Yeah, why not? Let's cut my corners. This one is extra thick because it is the packaging. Oops, my ink. Need my ink. And my pink flamingo. Not going to worry about doing the end of the tail because I know I'll be cutting a little bit of that tail off. Definitely want to get these spindly little legs of theirs inked up though. Carefully so that I don't accidentally tear them. And then get my blending brush back out just to knock down that little bit of white there. Get in between their feet. Just trying to center that as much as possible. Also kind of lining up the bottom of the lamppost with the top of the label there. Let's get a non-glued paper. I'll repeat what I did last time. Glue on the legs, glue on the body, glue on the head. Let's get the flamingo standing. I still feel like I need something right here. Where did those little... I just can't bring myself to go sideways. Like, I would want, to overlap it a little bit. But I can't bring myself to go sideways with that. You guys need to stay on the table. I just almost knocked them off into my lap. Let's go with a bigger one. And I'm planning for this to hang off one side or hang off the side. But I am going to continue to try to stick with my original plan, which was to only use what was in my immediate reach. We'll see how that goes. So there's one. Okay, on to the next one. Let's see. Okay, I don't like any of the flowers on this one. And none of my birds are really tall and skinny, except for that one, this one. Most of them are tall, but they're too wide from, because of their angle from beak to tail. And then I have a colorful parrot. Too wide. Don't know what kind of bird this is. See, he'd be too wide. I like this bird. These corners are rounded, but I'm just snipping them straight across because I can. So we'll be cutting a little bit off of there, but that's okay. Let me angle my corners so that I get the full visual. I have to cover the back of that other tag too. Garbage. While I'm thinking about what else I want to put on here, let me think. I have to worry about giving the bird something to stand on because he's got his own tree branch. I do feel like I want something down here, don't I? No avalanche. No craft a lunching. I'm gonna set those on the floor beside me. I'll go ahead and put these big ones back in their envelope because I know none of them are going to fit on these. So maybe I can minimize my craft a lunch potential here. Probably not, but we're going to pretend. How about some Tina flowers? So this, again, this is off of Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah. This is out of one of her labels. The bird is from Junk Journal Studios on Etsy. And then these are flowers by Shabby Dabby Doodah as well. These are not speaking to me though. Nothing's going, yes, that's it. Ah! Apparently they are about jumping out of my hands and onto the floor though. I don't want to glue the bird down yet just because I don't know if I want to put something under it or over it. Let's see, what else do I have here? Sentiments. I know none of those are going to be big enough. Not enough color on there. I like that. And again, so far anyway, still right within my reach. This is printed on cardstock. So I'm definitely going to use the good glue. Now this, like, let's find the page that doesn't have glue on it. Snip. We're going to go side to side on this one. I definitely think I'm going to have to skip the birds this go around. Oh, there's some more big ones that need to go in their envelope. Oh, there's another one, and another one, and another one. Ooh. It flew really well. I got knocked off the table, but then got caught in the airstream of my fan. Took off across the room. These are little enough. What else would I want to put on there? Get into my pre-cut labels. Kiss cut these. Fussy cut, kiss cut. I'm not dealing with those little pieces up on the top, so I'm just cutting them off. I've done that on, I think, just about all of them so far that when I've used these particular flowers. I'm like, I don't think it particularly takes away from the aesthetic of the flower, but definitely takes away from the frustration of me, the creator, the cutter. Let's see, those ones are too small. I'd like the next one up. I don't know if I thinking I might have used the next one up. Yep. So I also have these birds. These came out of a field guide book, like Birds of the Pacific Northwest or something like that. Go ahead and punch the pull in there so that I don't put something over it that, you know. Wouldn't want to cut that much of his feet, of his beak, or his oh my gosh, tail. Mm-hmm. I do find, which is interesting, I find it more challenging to decorate pockets than I do tags for some reason. I don't know why. Don't ask me. It's just something that I've noticed that it's like tag or pockets I'd almost rather just leave as blank templates. Not templates, that's not the word I'm looking for. Like a blank canvas, and then decorate them when it comes time to put them in a journal. Whereas tags, I don't seem to hesitate like that. I'm like, oh, okay, yep. And I don't know why. I will say I'm glad to finally be using some of these. I mean, you can see I got a ton of them. I spent a lot of time cutting those out of a book, out of several books, actually. It's kind of one of those things that it's like, oh, and then once it was cut out, they just kind of got stored away and then forgot about it, unfortunately. I want something. Make a word. That's pretty. Sentiments. I don't know if anything in this envelope is going to be the right size and or so like these are way too little. Could put it up there though. These were done on labels. So I coffee stained, like splatter painted them, and then ironed them flat, ran them through the printer. I might have ran them through the printer and then splattered them. I don't remember which order I did it in. It was quite a while ago. But we can make our birdies sparkle. But I still felt like I want something down there. Mm-hmm. It's kind of getting into my other stamps or my other labels, stickers. Yeah, my fingers are not wanting to work. I think I like that one. Just stick with my original brain. Come here, card. Okay. Can't seem to get things picked up here. Pick up 2. Drop 4. Okay. This is pulling some of the green from one side over to the other, giving a little bit of balance, label top and label bottom. already in an hour. So I'm going to do this in two parts. We're going to go ahead and end this at 60, 61, and 62. And then we'll come back 63, 64, 65, and 66. And I will have stuff a little more prepared. That seems to make a difference in how much time I have to actually spend getting stuff done. So thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button if you didn't do so already. I appreciate it. Again, check out my Etsy shop. The link for that is in my channel description. And keep an eye on my community tab for updates on the missing child / murder suspect. Social media is powerful. So hopefully he's going to be found soon. And I'm sure that with social media being what it is in some form or capacity, it's going to be social media that finds the guy. Just, that's my gut feeling, is that it's going to be somebody that saw the post on a YouTube channel or saw the post on Facebook or something, that is going to go when they see him. So spread the word, and keep an eye on my community tab. I will be providing updates on that case, because it is local. Happened right here, next town over, like 15 minutes from my house. So I will be watching it closely, especially while he's still on the loose. So with that being said, we will talk to you later. Bye.